Hello my friends, and welcome to episode 40 of Seablock. I am Icon, and today is Bronze Day. I'm going to smelter and myself some fine bronze plates, and this will be the foundation for the production of the red belts and the red inserters and all the good things. Also, I'm going to talk about what has changed in this little facility here between this and the last episode, and afterwards some theory crafting around brass and Invar if the time allows me to do so. And if you like this kind of content, check out my channel. You'll find plenty of other Factorio and other strategy-based gaming videos there. I would love to see your subscription, and you won't miss any future content if you do so. And let's get started. So what I did here is I built up some nice assemblers here to get rid of all that crushed stone. For the time being right now, that's completely okay, but I don't want to do it in the future like this. Yet still, I didn't want to try to apply my solution I had in mind before I had the red belts available, because the thing I have in mind is just putting up a bunch of red belts here and filter out all the unnecessary crushed stone to somewhere where I can manufacture it like more, or process it more orderly, like this here. Look at that spaghetti land here. I don't like that. So long-term plans will need the red belts though, because if I remember correctly, the whole facility here is producing even more crushed stone than on a than I would be bringing on a red belt. So the good thing about that, I'm not going to have to move all the 39.4 units. There are still liquefiers here wrapping up some of that crushed stone, so we should be fine. But for the time being, I have a nice and nifty landfill machinery. That's what it produced in the last like in 20 or 30 minutes. It's insane. The amount of landfill available for me right now is insane, and I now understand what kind of sentiment that was in the back a few weeks ago on my Discord server when somebody said so much landfill. So now I know what he was talking about. But I don't mind, because the factory must grow, as we all know. And my plans here are quite simple. I'm going to produce the bronze stuff right next to this facility here. I'm going to leave a bit of a safety distance just to make sure that my slurry production facility is able to grow without getting in the way of other facilities. So there we go. Let's expand that into this direction, because I already have my other ore production here. I feel like I want to bundle it up with the other ore production as well. So for the bronze plates and all the other projects in the future, I'm going to use the slurry I'm producing right now, because right now the other 4 metal plates, well, it's a typical never change a running system scenario for me, because I personally think it works. I get all the stuff I need. It's not optimized. There's a lot of potential unused and kind of wasted, but hey, I can reform that later. So what I'm going to research next is the brass smelting, because I don't even have the technology to do that stuff. So we're going to go there next. So let's finally get to the topic I was talking about a few minutes ago, and that's the bronze plates. So the funny thing about the bronze plates here is we're going to, if I understand that correctly, produce cupric ore. I mean, I'm going to check out one of those crushers here. Let's check out the recipe here. Yeah, we can do cupric ore out of stereotype, cruthenium, and bobmonium, and that's basically the recipe we're going to apply here. So that's a pretty interesting process, because I didn't expect to create a new mineral out of 3 different minerals, but hey, that's how it's going to work. So first off, I'm going to need 3 crystallizers to get the ball rolling. Trying to, well, let's let that live up here, down here. Let's go here with that. Okay. So, oh, I don't have the crystallizers. So today I didn't pre-produce too much, because I didn't find the time there. In bricks, okay. So there were just too many things on my mind, but the facility itself is kind of a small one, so we're going to get that done in no time. Just gotta bring me some bricks. Maybe I'm going to produce bricks on a more centralized spot quite soon too, because somehow I feel like I keep running for those bricks a way too long way these days. But there are a lot of things that I want to change in the future about this place. But well, history of Seablock. I want to change a lot of things here. The end. Okay. Let's bring some more bricks here. And I'm going to need 2 more crystallizers now. So I mean, I even tidied up my inventory a little bit. Oh, that went bad. There's crap everywhere again. So nowadays I end up quite often doing things like these. Honestly, I'm not particularly proud of myself when I do things like these, but I'm pretty sure everybody of us had these days where you just didn't feel like searching for somewhere to properly store your leftovers in the inventory. And materials are endless here in Seablock. It's a nice feeling. I'm well aware that you can just set your minerals on the regular playthrough on endless as well, but where's the fun if you're not having some artificial limiting on that? Okay, so this is looking somehow. I don't like how this is looking. So there are some belts which are not even operating, but well, since there is no strain on that facility, it's quite understandable that some trains don't move anymore. Right now, I'm mostly filling up those buffers with crystal powder, but most of them are already filled. And after that's done, so they're going to be standing still. And wherever the buffers are already full, oh well. These things are kind of odd jobs, because when we look at these washing plants, there are still 200 of the blue ones in there, but they can't be output because there's just no space on the belt. I'm wondering if I'm going to be forced in the future to change something about that, but for the time being it'll work. We're going to check that out once I have different options, or when I'm feeling like it. Alright, so cretinium and bobmonium. Alright, so these all get connected to the slurry pipe here. Go nanos! By the way, nanos, I want some more. Hey, and I'm starting to run out of pipes again. I just was down there where the pipes grow. Damn. Okay, we're going to need some more plates as power cables as well. So let's cancel that again. Just noticed how low I am on power poles. So there we go. Okay. There's the 3 minerals, and since I'm going to need them crushed right away, I think I'm going to install the ore crushers too, right next to that, because oops. No. I only need 3 of them. So, oh, clay bricks. I'll gladly pick up some clay bricks. I built a few episodes ago a little bit of a humongous clay brick factory. So these are unburned clay bricks. There's the stuff. Alright, so let's pick up 2 stacks of that. And let's build those 3 crushers. Or wait a sec. I don't want to handcraft 3 tier 1s. I already have those pre-built. Okay, so my basic idea is I'm going to output the ore right away into the crushers, while outputting the crushed stone somewhere else. Or wait a sec, that's no, that's not even necessary. This is a pure output. The crushed stone comes out of the ore crushers afterwards, so we're good to go here. I want to output bot sides, so there we go with crushing stereotyte, there we go with crushing cruthenium, and there we go with crushing bobmonium. Alright, so outputting from here is, well, it doesn't even tell me how much output I'll want, whatever. I'm pretty sure that 1 basic inserter will be more than enough. Okay, so next step will be going to use the red ones. That's because they're going to be fast enough for sure. And there we go with the output. And let's see. So I'm going to need 1 filter here for the crushed stones, because where there's ore crushing, there's crushed stone. Alright, so yay, more landfill getting produced until no tomorrow. That's okay. The island must grow. Alright, so after these things have been set up, we're going to go for this. And I need some output chest. And there we go. Alright. Next step will be the cruthenium. I need 1 more ore crusher, and I think I'm going to go for a tier 2 right away as well, because they're just quicker. And that bad boy will be getting all that stuff. So to make it a little bit more compact, I'm going to do it like that, and let's check it out like that. So here goes one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life. Alright, so here we go. I'm not maximizing the output of this facility, so let's check out if that's going to be enough already. So does this have a byproduct? It doesn't seem like. Alright, nice. So let's check out the rest of the process. I have now the cupric ore I need. And that cupric ore will go into a ore sorting facility, right? Right, okay. So we need a sorting facility. Okay. Looks like I'm going to pick up some more materials quite soon. Okay, next up will be the blast furnace, induction furnace, and casting machine. Alright, let's blast, induction, and casting. Alright. I'm going to need a few copper ingots for this operation. And I wondered if I might borrow some here, because overall, having more ingots, I got more ingots being produced. I have more ingots being produced here than we use. My goodness, it's so warm outside. It's so hard to think straight and talk, and yeah, I don't know. Playing Factorio under these circumstances is fun, but I really look forward to finally get myself to some Seablock again. I really missed that. Alright, so let's go for some more spaghetti. And once I'm going to try to do that in a larger scale, I think I'm going to produce the copper ingots on site and do that more proficiently. But right now. I just don't need such large quantities, and I even produce more ingots than necessary already, so I don't see any need in making it more complicated. Alright, so next step will be to bring up tin ore. Or wait a sec. So we're making tin ore out of so where did that cupric ore get used again? Ah, yeah, here. Ore sorting, exactly. So the recipes in this mod are just sometimes insane. So we're going to use this exactly. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I just noticed that that's entirely unnecessary here. What I'm doing here, I'm getting an output of copper anyways, so we're going to need 2 of those. Oh my. Forget what I was rambling there before. It was nonsense because I didn't check out the recipe correctly. Some of you already knew and had a good chuckle, I guess. But, well, I don't mind. So, let's do the casting machine, the induction... Or, wait a sec, which ones I need? Which ones are the steps I'm going to take? So I'm needing the blast furnace and the... Wait a sec. I'm only needing the blast furnace here, right? Yeah, so whoopsie daisy. Did the wrong machine double. Okay. So there we go. It'll all make sense in a moment. Promise. Alrighty. So this is the output for the minerals I need, and I'm going to filter that right away into the copper ore and the other ore. So filter out the copper ore. Boom. And let's get an inserter working on that. And there we go. Alright. Let's fetch up the recipe again. And see what's next. Alright. So next step will be the blast furnace, turning the or the 2 blast furnaces, turning those ores into ingots. Alright, so I'm going to put it down here, and where are my blast furnaces? Oh man, can't find anything without search functions in here. It's amazing. Okay, so there we go. Oh, that'll need a charcoal input. Oh, good thing I have one here. So the spaghetti amount on this factory is really quite high, gotta admit, but it will be reduced the longer the series runs, because I plan on doing things more tidily once well, whatever. I plan on doing things more tidily once I do them in a larger scale, because I feel like it's always just no fun to do proper setups for small scale operations. So let's do something like that. Alright, so this way these guys can just pick up from somewhere. So I'm going to leave that as it is. And luckily, with the insane inserter configuration options here, I'm able to feed those guys with stuff which is just a little bit far away. So there we go. I don't need red ones here. It's completely overkill. Okay, so let's put up the proper recipes here. Question 1, why is there nothing working anymore? Oh, I see, because we're having a shortage here. So turns out we're not able to do things as simple as I wanted to. Okay, no problem for me. All it needs will be a little bit more of the belting. Oh, I should also, of course, set up something here. So we're needing one for silicon ore. So there it goes. Boom. And one for ammonium ore. Okay, maybe it's not as easy as I anticipated in the first place. Maybe it is even a little bit complicated. But that's true for many things when it comes down to Seablock. Alright, so we're going to do something like that. So pickup tile is there. And last but not least, I'm going to pick up the, we're needing stereotype here, so I'm going to be able to pick things up from here. Okay, so there we go. Let's just empty the things that are filled with the wrong stuff. And I did the wrong stuff, so we need crushed cruthenium ore, of course. Silicon is not even here. Silly me. Silicon like silly. Alright, so you know, you get silicon. Okay, never mind. If you get the pun, you're too deep in the rabbit hole. Damn, it's too warm to think straight. Okay, but after all this, I keep asking myself, why is the blue stuff not getting through there? It should be flowing through. Oh man. Okay, whatever. Workaround after workaround, we found what we needed. So if you go for a larger facility, you can't just sort that stuff beforehand, I'd say. Okay. Okay, whatever. Pickup tile is here, drop tile is here. Okay, now things are working out as intended. And all we're missing here is that. Oh boy. Okay. But seems now like things are finally working out as intended. Okay. So is that a sustainable thing to do? Oh, okay. I'll need a inserter for this, of course. Okay, but now it seems like there's still nothing flowing through here. How so? So the problem here seems to be an overflow of the other materials, so let's clean the slate first and see. Maybe the problem is a larger scaled one, and I need to sort that stuff in a larger way, but it shouldn't. So one thing I can still do here is so there's again a blockage of things. Oh boy, I just gotta accept that I can't build it that narrow, and I have to expand that a little bit. Okay, so we're going to forget about that part and just finish the other part, because I'm almost done at the other side. Let's finish the one thing and then get worried about the other. So we can now finally melt bronze. So I need a lot more copper ingots than tin ingots. That's pretty bad ratio too, but whatever. we're going to do it like that. And now the molten bronze just needs to be flipped through the casting machine, and then it's finally bronze plate. Okay, so that was quite a lengthy tour of things, but bronze plate, voila. Okay, now to the back to the cupric ore problem. I'm pretty well aware of what I did wrong there. It's just me trying to put that whole thing on a too narrow system. So maybe we're going to do it completely differently here. So let's first put up a big old filtration process. So first off, I want to get rid of the crushed stones because, like I said, they're just the waste product we don't need. All right, and those go into a. That's the same thing here again. Nothing changes about that. All right, let's just have that. And now I'm going to filter out that stuff a little bit more. A little longer, basically. That's what I'm up to. All right. So let's go for the bobmonium. And the plan here is to give every material its own lane, which it can travel along safely. So there we go. And I'm going to transport that somewhere back down there then. All right. So there's a lot of things that are not intended to live here. Okay. So as a matter of fact, I think it will be a lot easier to get that stuff done like this. So simplest way to solve problems like these is to put a buffer between. It's no endless solution, but if it ever clogs up, you just need to shoot the container and put up a new one, and your problem is basically solved. It's certainly not an elegant solution in the first place, but it works quite nicely. So mineralized water. We're out of mineralized water. Are you kidding me? So I basically turned all the crushed stone into landfill, and now they're not able to do anything anymore. That's tragic, don't you think? So why are these not working anymore? Okay, so remember what I said a second before? When your buffers are full, that's a real downside of buffering systems. Like as you see here, there's nothing working anymore because they're having no more room in those buffers, and that's why nothing moves anymore. Right now I'm just removing those buffers, and I'm not happy with how things are working right now. But I didn't expect to have a finalized solution to begin with. That's too the whole topic here is a little bit too finicky to begin with. All right, so now we got to restart the machinery, and with some luck though, this is going to be all it needs. All right. So these machineries can work now again too, because they're getting the slurry back. Okay, so let's finally get that ore sorting down. All right. can already tell the long-term usage of this facility will be a problem there, mainly because of the mineralized water. But yeah, well, let's check out that thing again. So here is a output of mineralized water, which I'm right now clarifying away. I shouldn't be doing that. So let's, for the time being. But this is something where I can, where I'm going to fix up things. I'm going to pipe back that mineralized water into the circuitry there. I already got a nice hint on that a few episodes ago, so I didn't forget that one. Okay, now then, back to topic. This thing now is no, it's not correct. We're needing the crusher here to do cupric ore out of that. So I'm going to make it like that. Oops. That thing has a drop tile position here. That's how it'll work. Okay. So, I feel like a filthy liar back when I said it won't be hard. So, cupric ore sorting. Drop a one here. And now I feel like the easiest way to do this would be to just cut this out here, and going to insert this machinery over here, mainly because it's quite simple to transport the necessary minerals just over there. The only thing I gotta work around is the charcoal, but well, whatever, it's just charcoal. Alright, let's get back there. Okay, and well, the charcoal supply will be running a little bit differently then. Let's pick up the other things. Oh boy, I didn't expect this to be such a lengthy process, and that's just a very basic setup here that I'm doing. Well, I think I overcomplicated a little bit by a few things I did, but at the same time I just need to understand how things are working. So talking about which, these things are just not working right now. And why isn't everything not working? They're out of sulfuric acid up there. Okay, why are they out of sulfuric acid, I might ask? Because there's no more sulfur here. So, oh, yeah, that's what happens when you forget to put inserters. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's at least a easily solvable problem. A little bit embarrassing though. Okay. So, and that's something I didn't even notice while I was setting up that facility, but I'm not too surprised, because if you're just producing without demand, everything looks fine. Your design flaws usually start showing once your factory is getting put under strain. You don't see your problems in a relaxed situation, you know. So let's drop one here. Pickup tile is there. And the other mate, oh boy, just don't want to be so complicated. Alright, but that won't be a problem. So there we go. Pickup tile goes there. And these guys should be... Ah, that's why. Pickup tile must be there. Didn't produce those other ingots before, but now I think it should be done. Yeah, just waiting on the materials here a little bit, but apart from that, everything is super fine. I'm going to drop down another inserter here, because obviously we're not getting done things quickly enough. Alright, so that's that, my friends. I'm happy to say we got brass plates. So it seems like the crushed stone problematic is okay for the time being. I hope that I can solve these backup problems once I have the crushed stone just on the longer belt, because longer longer production ways change a lot of things, and I just need to get that stuff cycled. Ideally, I think some logical circuits would be also working out. Some kind of mechanism that tells my chests to only empty further once its certain threshold of crushed stone has been reached. That could be a solution too, but whatever might be the case, I have to think about this one more time. But nevertheless, this is now a working facility. The only downside of it being those buffers need to get shot from time to time. I now have brass plates available that allow me to get those fast transport belts that I'm allowed to see those things. I'm so happy. Okay, so friends, we're going to expand the steel production a little bit on the next episode. Maybe I'm going to expand the iron production as well. But next episode will be mainly and mostly about brass, because that stuff is just the next level of production here. And molten brass is made out of copper ingots and zinc. And the zinc is where things get interesting, because you don't get zinc ore that easily. I don't even have the technology yet. So I'm going to fetch up the tech in between, and now I have the abilities to do a lot of wonderful things. I'm going to set this thingy here up and check it out, how hard I can expand it in the time being, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not using this facility right now to its full extent. So that's something I want to check out. And apart from that, I'm going to pipe in some steel as well, and then we're going to have bronze and steel in the mall area here too. And then I'm going to set up some nice and useful automated thingies for those bad boys, and that's going to be such a tremendous advance of things. Alright, thanks for watching, my friends, and I hope you enjoyed your ride. I did for sure, and yeah, we're going to see each other next time for some more brass. Goodbye then.